A clinical trial is a research study in which people give permission to take part in the testing process of new treatments.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Clinical trials to test new drugs have different phases. Phase 1 trials involve trying a new drug for the first time in humans and are designed to answer questions about safety and how the body handles the drug. Before an investigational drug is ever given to a research participant, it usually withstands years of testing in the lab. Phase 2 trials focus on dosage amounts, side effects, and therapeutic benefits. Phase 3 trials provide more concrete data about the therapeutic benefits of the drug among larger groups of people. Phase 4 trials occur after the drug is available in pharmacies and provide more long-term data.
Deep breaths in and out.
Jewel Greene has participated in 2 clinical trials for asthma.
I'm all about helping the next person as far as an asthmatic is concerned.
The study in which Jewel is currently enrolled requires her to come to the doctor every 6 months to have her blood drawn so it can be studied in the lab. Research subjects often must make more frequent trips to the doctor, but many participants like being closely monitored.
Deep breaths.
It makes you feel secure. It makes you feel like you're a person and not a guinea pig.
But African Americans do not participate in medical research at the same rate as Caucasians.
I have a relative that was in that Tuskegee experiment, and really we don't trust the medical profession on certain things.
People aren't going to hide information and mistreat you because of your race or whatever. I mean, they just can't do that anymore. It's just the system demands that you know what's going to happen and that you agree with it before it happens.
One safeguard stems from the fact that an independent group of physicians and other experts, known as an institutional review board, must approve the design of every research study and provide oversight to ensure human subjects are treated fairly and safely. Another protection is a process called informed consent. Informed consent includes in-depth discussions with doctors and nurses to ensure patients and families understand everything about a clinical trial, including all the risks, potential benefits, and possible side effects. Here are some questions you might consider asking. Besides being in the research study, what are my other choices for treatment? And what are the risks and benefits of those choices? Is it going to cost me money out of my pocket to get this experimental treatment? For example, if I have a complication resulting from the experimental treatment, do I have to pay to fix it? If I have to come to the doctor more often, is there a way to help pay for my transportation, parking, or babysitting? Who benefits financially from this research study? Does the doctor in charge of the study make money if this particular drug or device ends up on the market? Will I receive any form of payment for my participation? The decision to say yes to a clinical trial is something Jewel Greene always considers carefully and discusses with her husband.
We always check, make sure that it's nothing that's going to be harmful for her, or, it's going to be long-lasting, no long-term damages.
Once patients feel comfortable with enrolling in a study, they sign an informed consent document. Being part of a clinical trial does not guarantee your medical condition will improve. Another important point, you can withdraw from a study at any time.
It's not as though once you're in it, you're stuck. If there's something that happens and you don't like it or you feel poorly, you're able to stop.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Jewel Greene is doing a great service to all asthma patients, and especially the African American community. Because African Americans participate in clinical trials at a lesser rate than white Americans, doctors must often assume that drugs tested in whites will work the same in blacks. By enrolling in a clinical trial, Jewel is providing doctors with better data to treat African Americans with asthma.
If I know that this drug was tested in the African American community and this many African Americans received it and it worked this well for this many African Americans, then it reassures me.
But you can't get the data unless people come and participate. And it's to our advantage as a people, as an individual, and next generation to participate.
Aissa Ennis is very thankful for people like Jewel Greene. 2 of Aissa's children also have asthma.
I'm very thankful for these people that have made it possible for us to have this medicine. My children are my life. I live for my children.
Thank you. Jewel Greene thinks that being part of asthma research is part of God's plan for her life.
I feel anything good in a trial, especially for a major disease such as asthma. Yes, I feel God is always in the plan, always.
When God gave people intellect, it was with the idea that people would advance and people would do clinical trials to advance modern science so that people would be healthier and live longer.